Hey everyone, it's Emma Page back again for my first video that's got like real advice in it, and I'm stoked. I am so freaking excited about this because this is the number one conversation that I have behind the chair. Literally every day for the last, I don't know, 9 or 10 years. I've had this conversation with at least one person in my chair. How to shampoo. I promise, I know that sounds dumb. You're like, I've been shampooing my whole life. I've had people in their 50s, 60s, even 70s who are gobsmacked when I inform them they've been shampooing wrong. So let's talk about it. What can happen when you shampoo improperly? You can cause excess damage, a ton of friction damage. You would not believe the difference it makes in how much hair tangles when you shampoo correctly. You can also cause all kinds of imbalances in your scalp biome, which, yeah, okay, I'm getting a little nerdy, I know, but stay along for it. Your scalp biome is super important, just like your gut biome for keeping everything on track. On your head, though, it's balancing out the fungal and bacterial situation that's going on. It also affects how much oil your hair can absorb, if it can absorb it at all that kind of stuff, byproduct of your scalp health. So when we address that properly, the magic happens and you get healthier, softer, happier hair and a healthier, happier scalp. So step 1, picking the right shampoo. I don't have enough time to dive into that for this video, so come back for the next one, and that's when we'll talk about the ingredients and what to look for and what to avoid.
Why not? Don't get impatient with me, Joe, please.
Step 2 is the actual physical manipulation, the physical process of doing the shampoo. Obviously, the first thing is to get your hair wet, right? Like you have to get water in hair. I would actually really recommend massaging your hair when it's just water. Like at that point, when it's just water in your head, go ahead and start manipulating it to make sure you've got it actually wet all the way through, especially for some of those low porosity girls. It makes a big difference. You'd be surprised that you have pockets that might not have the same amount of water in it. The next thing is using the appropriate amount of shampoo, and that'll vary a little bit with products. But when you find your balance there, it doesn't take a whole palmful. I promise it does not take a whole palmful of any shampoo ever. The next thing is your distribution. Distribution matters because if it doesn't get where it's supposed to go, it can't work. Just makes sense when you put it like that, right? So that whole idea of globbing it on the top of your head and then you work it through is really not the most effective way to use your shampoo. If you take it and you apply it, like emulsify it in your hands, get it worked up, get a nice froth going, and then think of your head, think of the sides of your head almost like a cube, and you want it on every side of the cube except your face. And put it in, re-emulsify, put it in, re-emulsify. You'll find that less shampoo goes a lot farther, which saves us all a ton of money, and we love that. Like, who doesn't like saving a few bucks? So help your shampoo last longer by putting it where it's supposed to go. Next in the lineup is the actual scrubbing part. This is where most people mess up. This is where I lose probably like 50 or 60% of people when we're talking about how to shampoo. Scrub your scalp. Good 60 to 90 seconds. Use your fingertips, not your fingernails. And yes, I have received flack for this from some people because they are so used to the fingernails. If you're using your fingernails, that is an excessive exfoliation. At the point where you're using your fingernails, you're creating a ton of, I just blanked out on the word, micro abrasions. There it is. You're creating a ton of micro abrasions and leaving yourself with a very raw skin. And we don't really do that on purpose anywhere else. unless we're doing like a treatment knowing that we're going to do that. Last time I checked, nobody's doing any sort of raw skin, super abrasive treatments every single week because that's really rough. That's hard on your skin. That leads to things like bacterial risk. That leads to things like inflammation. And that leads to things like scarring on your scalp over time, which can cause hair loss. Yes, I did say those big two scary words, hair loss, from excessive scrubbing with those fingernails. You also might want to think about the sanitary factor that for most of us, we go through our day, especially if you have acrylics, long nails, anything like that, dirt and bacteria builds up under those. And then when you scratch, you're putting it right into that freshly cut skin. You're literally digging the bacteria in. And that's really an uphill battle for your scalp to be fighting when you are clawing bacteria into it. Now, you've got the shampoo, you've got it applied everywhere. You're using your fingertips and getting in there and massaging with those. How long do you shampoo? I don't care if you're sudsing up or not. If you have suds, if you don't have suds, keep shampooing anyways. For a good 60 seconds, slow it down. Do the work, massage your scalp. If it doesn't feel clean, do me a favor, don't add more shampoo. That is not the solution. If you're shampooing, give it a good minute. You've worked it through. That's a super important step because taking the time to work it through lets the shampoo do its job and get that surface dirt off. Then go in with a second shampoo. So rinse it all the way out. All the way out. Go in with a second round and do it all over again. You'll find that you end up with cleaner hair that stays clean for much longer, especially if you're trying to go farther between shampoos. That's your secret. When you shampoo, shampoo more than once. And at the end of the day, a healthier scalp. Now, you shampooed your scalp, but what do you do to your ends? What happens there? How do they get clean? When I ask this, I literally tell people like, hey, take your hands and show me. And I cannot tell you how often, and if you're guilty of this, no judgment, no shame from this side of the table, I promise, because if nobody taught you, how do you know, right? That's what I'm here for. But I'll see people when I ask them, how do you shampoo your ends? They take it, they pile it all up on top of their heads in their pretty little Cinderella bun in the shower, playing make-believe as adults, and they scrub it all around on top of their head. Thing number two that I hear a ton of is people will take their hands and they'll go right here and they go zhuzh, 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 and I cry a little bit inside every time that happens because you're doing, just an insane amount of damage to your hair just by shampooing it that way. All of that is completely unnecessary friction. Your hair does not need it. It just doesn't. It doesn't need it. What your hair does need is that scalp cleanse, because when you're going through life, your scalp is where your hair gets dirty. Your scalp is what produces oil that your hair hopefully turns around and absorbs, right? We'll talk about reasons that might cause problems there later, but it's also where you put most of your product. It's where you put your dry shampoo. It's where you put most of your hairspray. It's where you put all of your root volumizer, your mousse. All of that stuff is focused up here. And everything down here, when you think about how much product goes down here, there's not nearly as much. All of the oil from your scalp doesn't make its way down. So what's down here just doesn't need as much to get clean. It's relatively clean in comparison to that section 2-3 inches away from your head. So nobody likes me. If they've been shampooing wrong, I'm sorry, I know. Nobody likes me when I say this, but I want you to just shampoo your scalp. That's it. Only at the scalp. When it comes to your ends, if you really truly feel like they need to be shampooed, grab your ponytail and just run it down your ends like this. It's the gentlest way possible to get shampoo in those ends. 98% of the time, your ends really just don't need it. They'll get cleaned simply by shampooing at your scalp, and when you rinse it out, all of those surfactants will wash down over those strands because gravity works and water runs down. Simple science. But as it runs down, they'll get clean. They'll get clean enough. I promise you, give it a try. See how it works. And then the flip side of that coin is when you go to condition, where you stop shampooing is where you start conditioning. So shampoo right at your scalp, right in that first couple of inches. Massage really well, get those finger pads in, work it around, get a nice sud. 2 rounds or more if you're like a 7+ day person. 3 or 4 rounds of shampooing is okay. It's okay if that's what it takes to get clean. And then go in with your conditioner, chin line down, and just whatever you have left goes up to the scalp. I promise if you start shampooing this way, you'll find that your hair is healthier. It'll be stronger, longer, easier to brush through. You'll have less tangles. You'll have shinier hair. So many things are a byproduct of this, and it's completely free.
Pro bono, it's free.
Right? Completely free to change how you're shampooing. Take the time, slow it down, change your habits, and you'll change your hair. Thanks for checking this out, and I genuinely hope that you see the results that I know you will from changing up your shampoo routine if you paid attention. Back for the next video is going to be about ingredients and how to pick the right shampoo. If you found this interesting or it's helped you heal your hair, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and get notified for the next video that goes live.